Hello children, welcome to AIMS India online classes. Biology, plant tissues. In plant tissues, there are three major types of tissues are present in the plants. They are the dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. They are arranged in the different parts and perform different functions. Basically, the plant tissues we already completed. The plant tissues are divided into two major types: meristematic tissue and permanent tissues. The meristematic tissues are consisting of actively dividing cells. After maturation, they convert into permanent tissues. The permanent tissues are dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. So let us test our results with the help of one Olympiad exercise. The state level and national level previous Olympiad questions we are going to discuss now, which are asked in the competitive exams. Are you ready? So let us proceed. The first question: the meristematic tissues and permanent tissues are the types of endoplasmic tissues, phloem tissues, simple tissues, and xylem tissues. So here the tissues in the plants are divided into two major types: simple tissues and complex tissues. So here the meristematic tissues and permanent tissues both are simple tissues. Okay, they are simple tissues. So what is the difference between a complex tissue and simple tissue? Means a simple tissue is made up of only one type of cells and perform the same function, but a complex tissue is made up of different types of cells performing same function. Okay, let us proceed. The types of meristematic tissues in plants include apical meristem, lateral meristem, transverse meristems. Actually, meristematic tissues in plants are divided into apical, lateral, and intercalary meristems. So here two meristems are mentioned: apical meristem and lateral meristems. Okay, the answer is D. D is the correct answer. So these meristems containing actively dividing cells which are present at the tip of the stem or root, it is called apical meristem. Okay, on the lateral parts of the plant, lateral meristems, and at the internodal regions, and they are called intercalary meristems. Okay, so let us proceed. The tissues that bring about overall growth and repairs in the plants: meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. So different tissues are performing different functions. So mainly growth and repair is the main function of meristematic tissue. Okay, dermal tissue, protection function. Okay, and vascular tissue, transport. Okay, and ground tissue, the ground tissue again it forms the different other tissues like parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. It is a major part of the plant tissues. So overall growth and repair is under the control of meristematic tissue. Next, the tissue that form outer covering are called as meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. Outer covering, so it is dermal tissue. Just like our skin cover the body, internal parts, in the same manner dermal tissue covers the outer, it is outer layer which protects the internal parts of the plant. Next, the tissue that form the bulk of the plant body are called, just now we have discussed, it is ground tissue. Meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue and vascular tissue, out of which the bulk forming tissue in the body of the plant is ground tissue, C. The tissue that helps in the transport of materials are called which tissue? Which tissue is called the transport tissue? The complex tissue, which is nothing but the vascular tissue. What does the vascular tissue include? It includes two tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem. These two are the tissues present in the vascular tissue which transport water and mineral salts, xylem which transport the solid food materials, phloem. Okay. Next, the meristematic tissues present at the growing tip that bring about growth in length, that is lengthwise growth, apical meristem. Okay, girth of the stem or root, lateral meristems. Okay, so apical meristem helps in the lengthwise growth of the plant. Next, secondary growth means again cambium. Next, dermal tissue forms, or dermal tissue consists of, dermal tissue divided into epidermis, mesodermis, endodermis. So here the answer is all of these: outer epidermis, middle mesodermis and inner endodermis. These all together form the dermal tissue. Next, the stomata are present in this layer: epidermis, mesodermis, endodermis. So stomata is present in the epidermis of the leaf. So A is the right answer. Stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells called secretory cells, guard cells, gland cells, parenchymatous cells. They are kidney shaped cells, guard cells. So what is the function of these kidney shaped cells? There are two bean seed shaped or kidney shaped cells present in the stomata. So this entire structure is the stomata. So this is the epidermis. So epidermis. So these kidney shaped cells, these are called the guard cells. So which help in the exchange of gases. The movement of these guard cells regulate the entry of air, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Okay. Let us proceed. Gum is secreted by dermal layer, meristematic cells, xylem and phloem. So it is the dermal tissue which secretes the gum. Some secretory cells are present, some cavities called lysogenous cavities and schizogenous cavities, you will study in higher class. So dermal tissue secrete the gum. Whenever the part of a plant is wounded, then there the gum is secreted. Certain group of plants like acacia and acacia plants. Okay. Stomata and root hairs helps in exchange of gases, transpiration, absorption of water and mineral salts. So here the root hairs, stomata helps in the exchange of gases and transpiration. Root hairs helps in the absorption of water and mineral salts. So here the answer is all the above, D. Next, the scientist who coined the term parenchyma for the part of the plant The scientist who coined the term parenchyma for the part of the plant is, who is that scientist? Bichat, Nehemiah Grieve, Robert Brown, Aristotle. So it is the Grieve was the scientist, and Grieve was the scientist who coined the term parenchyma. Next, identify the vascular tissue from the following: xylem, phloem, sclerenchyma. Both xylem and phloem. So vascular tissue include xylem and phloem. So C is the right answer. Next, xylem contains, what are the elements present in the xylem? Xylem elements: tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma, all of the above. So xylem tracheids and xylem vessels, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma. These are the 5 elements of xylem. Why? Because xylem is a complex tissue. So any complex tissue is made up of different types of cells. So xylem is a complex tissue. The cells which are present in the xylem are tracheids, vessels, fibers and parenchyma. So all of these. Next, phloem consists of, phloem is also a complex tissue. So here sieve cells, sieve tubes, phloem parenchyma, companion cells, all of these. So here also all of these. Phloem is made up of sieve tubes, sieve cells, phloem parenchyma, companion cells. Next, the meristematic tissues are present in growing tips of root, shoot, both root and shoot, lateral parts of stem. So meristems are present in the root tip and shoot tip. So what is that meristem present in the root tip and shoot tip? Apical meristem. Next, identify the xylem element. So here the 4 options are given: tracheids, sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells. So which is the xylem element among the following? So here tracheids, xylem tracheids, remaining all phloem elements. Identify the phloem element. So tracheids, vessels, sieve cells, xylem fibers. So here sieve cells are the phloem elements, remaining are xylem elements. Next, the flexibility in the plants is due to a tissue called parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma and arenchyma. So the flexibility to the plant, it is given by the mechanical tissue. So from sclerenchyma and collenchyma you have to select. So if you see the origin of or occurrence of this mechanical tissue in the young stems and the young parts of the plant, collenchyma is present, which gives the elasticity, okay, or flexibility. But sclerenchyma is present in the old parts of the plant. So here collenchyma is the right answer. It gives the flexibility to the plants. It is due to collenchyma. Next, the cells of bark are dead and have a chemical in their walls that makes them impervious to gases and water. What is that chemical? The chemical is suberin, lignin, wax, cutin. Okay, here bark is mentioned, means in the stem, means old stem, the outermost part, bark. So it's an epidermal tissue. So it is the suberin. Suberin is the tough material, impervious to gases and water. The girth of the stem or root increase due to which meristem? Apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem, all of these. It is the lateral meristem which increase the girth. Girth means diameter or width of the stem. Lateral meristem. B. Xylem and phloem are examples of dermal tissue, simple tissue, complex tissue, permanent tissue. So here complex tissue. So another name, conductive tissue. Okay, it's a complex tissue, conductive tissue, or transport tissue. Okay, xylem transports water and mineral salts, phloem transports solid food materials. Sieve tubes and companion cells are present in which part of the which tissue? Xylem, phloem, bark, cambium. So it is the phloem elements. Sieve tubes, sieve cells, companion cells, these are all phloem elements. Cuticle is present on the outer layer of particularly leaves. Cuticle is present. Next, the meristematic tissues and permanent tissues are the types of endoplasmic tissues. So already completed. So what is that? Simple tissues. Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues are the types of simple tissues. The types of meristematic tissue in the plant include apical meristem and lateral meristem. The type of cambium located between phloem and xylem, it is classified as shoot cambium, root cambium, vascular cambium, cork cambium. So here if you take a vascular bundle, the vascular bundle consisting of xylem and phloem, it consisting of xylem and phloem. The xylem and phloem are separated by a structure called cambium. So as this cambium is present in the vascular bundle, so this cambium is called vascular cambium. It is called vascular cambium. Okay. Next, the major categories of plant tissues are compound tissues, simple tissues, epidermal tissues. So in the beginning only we discussed what is that? Simple tissues and compound tissues. So compound tissues are also called complex tissues. Simple tissues are divided into meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Permanent tissues include the ground tissue, vascular tissue and epidermal tissue. So mainly simple tissues and compound or complex tissues. Okay. Let us proceed. The cambium located on lateral parts of the plants on outer side is called vascular cambium, cork cambium, shoot cambium, root cambium. So the cambium located on the lateral parts of the plant on outer side, so it is cork cambium. The type of cambium located between phloem and xylem, vascular cambium. The major categories of the plant tissues are again compound and simple tissues. The cambium located again lateral parts, that is cork cambium. The parenchyma, it is a simple. Phloem, it is a complex. Parenchyma is simple tissue, phloem is a complex tissue. Which of the following tissue is composed of mainly dead cells? phloem, epidermis, xylem, endodermis. So it is a xylem composed of dead tissues. Which meristem helps in increasing girth? It is the lateral meristem. Cork is formed from vascular cambium, cork cambium, vascular cambium, phloem, xylem. So it is formed from phloem or cork cambium. Sieve tubes are suited for translocation of food because they possess bordered pits, no end walls, broader lumen and perforated cross walls, no protoplasm. So actually the sieve tubes possess broader lumen and perforated cross walls. That's why they help in the translocation. Here the new term, translocation of food. Translocation of food means after photosynthesis, the product of photosynthesis, that is starch, solid food material, it is transported from the upper part, leaves, to remaining parts of the plant. That is called as translocation. Whereas the xylem tissue, transport of water and mineral salts is called ascent of sap, liquid part. Okay, xylem vessels will mainly involve in that. So here sieve tubes, broader lumen and perforated cross walls are present in the sieve tubes, helps in the translocation of food. Cork cambium and vascular cambium are parts of secondary xylem and phloem, parts of pericycle, lateral meristem, apical meristem. So they are the parts of lateral meristems, which increase the girth or the diameter of the stem and roots. Where do the Casparian bands occur? They are thickenings, the thick bands, Casparian bands, where they are present: epidermis, endodermis, pericycle and phloem. The Casparian bands are present in the endodermis. Okay, inner endodermis. An organized and differentiated cellular structure having cytoplasm but no nucleus is vessels, xylem parenchyma, sieve tubes, tracheids. An organized and differentiated cellular structure, previously we have seen, they are sieve tubes. Okay, so it is the sieve tubes which consist of which helps in the translocation because they possess broader lumen and perforated cross walls. So here an organized and differentiated cellular structure having cytoplasm but no nucleus. The cytoplasm, active cytoplasm is present in this. So sieve tubes. Next, which of the following plant cells will show totipotency? Totipotency means continuous cell division or actively dividing cells. They are called totipotent cells. The phenomenon is called as totipotency. Okay, sieve tubes, xylem vessels, meristem, cork cells. Which of the following cells will be showing the totipotency phenomenon? It is the meristems, which increase the growth of the plant, which helps in the repair. Okay, because of continuous cell division. Next, the apical meristem of the root is present. Where it is present? only in the radicals, only in the taproot, only in the adventitious roots. The apical meristem is present in all the roots. Tip of the root. What is radical? Radical means the growing tip of the seed, that is embryo of the seed. The embryo of the seed which develops into root is called radical. The embryo of the seed which develops into the shoot system, it is called plumule. So it is apical meristems is present in the root tips, all roots. Next, which of the following statements regarding the apical meristem is not true? It brings about the elongation of the root and stem. It brings about the secondary growth. It brings about the primary growth, and none of the above. Okay, not true. Which is not true? So it brings about the secondary growth is wrong. Okay, so remaining all correct. Remaining two. It brings about the elongation. It also brings about the primary growth. Growth, repair is the main function of meristems. So secondary growth can be seen in the vascular plants, higher plants. It is due to the xylem, secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Due to the cambium, the secondary growth occurs. Okay, the vascular tissues involved in that. Next, the walls of cork cells are thickened by the deposition of an organic substance which makes the cells impermeable to water and gases. So it is pectin, suberin, lignin, none of this. It is the suberin which is present in the bark. Okay, bark of the stem. A tissue which makes up the husk of coconut and whose cells are dead, elongated and lignified is secondary meristem, sclerenchyma, collenchyma, primary meristems. It is the sclerenchyma which is made up of dead cells. They are called sclerids or stone cells, they are also called. Okay, so sclerenchyma. So a tissue of the husk of coconut, it is made up of dead cells called sclerenchyma cells. Next, identify the tubular structure shown in the given figure which is formed by a row of cells placed end to end and serves as a conducting tissue. Tracheiid, vessel, xylem parenchyma, phloem parenchyma. No doubt it is a xylem tissue because it is a conducting tissue. So it is showing the pits. So this kind of arrangement of cells is seen in the xylem vessels. Xylem vessels. Next, which cells of meristematic tissue become very active? They possess dense cytoplasm, vacuoles and nucleoid, thick cellulose walls, vacuoles and nuclei, dense cytoplasm, thin cellulose, walls and nuclei, vacuoles and nuclei. Okay, actually the meristematic tissue, they possess dense cytoplasm. So from A and C we have to select choose the right one. So dense cytoplasm is present and they possess thin cellulose walls. The walls are thin with cellulose and they possess nuclei also. Okay, so here the right option is C. The meristematic tissues possess dense cytoplasm, thin cellulose walls and nuclei. The vertical growth of the plant takes place by, vertical means straight, lengthwise. Lateral meristem, apical meristem, intercalary meristem, none of the above. So it is the apical meristem which increase the vertical growth, which helps in the vertical growth of the plant. This tissue serves as food storage tissue and also provides support to the stem of herbaceous plants. Which of the following tissue performs such function? Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, or both parenchyma and collenchyma? So it is the parenchyma which perform these functions, okay, which serves as food storage tissue and also provides the support to the stem of herbaceous plants. So it is parenchyma. It is the parenchyma. Which tissue has chloroplast in cells? Parenchyma, chlorenchyma, sclerenchyma, arenchyma. It is chlorenchyma, which involves in the photosynthesis. The given figure shows a type of permanent tissue in which cells are living, elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. Identify it. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem. It is a permanent tissue. Permanent tissue means parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, out of which the tissue with irregular thickened at the corners, okay, living is mentioned. So it is, if you take parenchyma, large intercellular spaces are there. So it is from collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So living means collenchyma. So given figure is the section of phloem in which some parts are labeled as P, Q, R and S. Which part contains dense and very active cytoplasm? So dense and very active cytoplasm are present in the sieve tubes. So here R, S, Q, P are mentioned. So out of which the part, this part, okay, it is the S, which contain dense and very active cytoplasm, which helps in the translocation. Okay. Okay children, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.